What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today is Let's Talk About Cards episode 9, and we're going to be talking about cardistry trainers, what are they, and how to use them. Anyway, let's get into it. So, what are cardistry trainers? Cardistry trainers are basically solid packets that you can use to practice your packet cuts without having the risk of dropping cards. Now, trainers have been around for a while, and people have been making some pretty cool ones. But that does not take away from the fact that they're still very useful tools. In my opinion, I really like trainers, and I think they're great, but you can't become too dependent on trainers themselves. Because if you do, then you might lose some of the sharpness you need for your moves in order to do them. And if you practice with trainers a whole lot, then you may never be used to getting the packets right and making the cards not fall when you actually practice your moves. So let's actually dive deep into the trainers themselves and what I can personally do with them. So you guys know I'm not the greatest cardist or anything, but I do love trainers. I make trainers. I will soon have a site where you can buy my trainers if that's something you're interested in. But there's no doubt about it, trainers definitely make using cards and doing packet cuts a lot easier. And they're actually really great for exactly what they're made for, training. If you're working on a move such as this new one I'm making right here, it can be very hard, see like that, it can be very hard to control cards that are not stuck together, otherwise non-packet cards like an actual deck. So these are very good tool for cards to have if you're just now trying to make a new move of your own. But it's very important not to be reliable on them, as I said, because then your moves could become sloppy and you could even become not to do them. But I do really like these. These were made by a good friend of mine, Mark, 204 Card Collector, or Daddy Goodfunk. I will leave his links down below where I got these from. And these are my own. I've sent these to quite a few people. I've sent these to Kier, I've sent these to my friend Thomas, I sent these to Steve, I sent these to Tyler. And they're really nice. I've seen them, by the way, when I sell these, they're gonna be in sets of 5, not 4. This is just the very first ones I have. And you can hear the really nice sound they make as I mess up the cut I'm doing. But that is one of the limitations, so let's talk about that real quick. What's the difference and what can you do with a smaller deck of packets and a bigger deck of packets, whereas this one only has 4 packets, this one has 6. So basically, you can still do a decent amount of stuff, you can still make a box and everything. Well, as I drop the cards, but you get that. You can make a box, you can do simple cuts, you can do one-handed cuts, but you can't do more complicated moves such as, well, you can do several, but you can't do squoze, because you need to break off another packet here, which you don't have. So you really can't do that. You can't do the worm, obviously, with 5 packets, so if I try and do the worm, what do I get? Nothing, because I can't bring up a card from here. So that's one of the downtakes of a 4-set deck of trainers, and that's why most people sell them in 5 to 6, but some people do like a set of just 4, and I'm still just falling back in love with these, by the way. I haven't broken these out in a while, and the sound they make is just really nice. That's just really nice. I try to do squares there, and I can't. I can do my move, just can't finish it. Well, I guess you can cut and finish it. Whew. All right, let's try that one more time. All right, so now let's go back to the other side of the aspect with, ta-da, with 6 deck packet trainers. You can do a lot more, whereas you only had 4 packets or 5 packets before. You now have 6. Personally, I prefer 5, but I don't own any that have 5 besides the ones that I've shipped out, or the ones that I've made and shipped out. But you can definitely do a lot more with these that you can't do with others. So you can do the worm and things like that. You can do squoze, as you saw me do earlier, and mess it up here. By the way, I got these from Mark as well. As I said earlier, really great guy. He made these and sent them to me. They're sick. I think he stitched them and then covered them with a card on each side to make them a little thicker. But these are really nice. They're about half the thickness of your average deck of cards combined. So as you can see here, that's with them all pinched together. And then here's mine. Mine's much thicker. A set of 5 of these would be a lot thicker than a normal deck of cards, but 1/8 inch plywood is kind of about where I want to keep these at. I could do 1/16 for thinner trainers, and I might do that down the road. You never know. But trainers overall are a really, really nice thing to have, I must say. They're great for practicing. The main thing is just don't become dependent and you will be fine. They're a super fun thing to own. I would highly recommend new cardists getting them. Maybe if you want to make your own, go for it. You know, if you have any questions, I'm sure I could probably help if you do have questions. So yeah, if you have questions and you want to make some of your own, message me or message somebody else that makes them, and I'll be happy to help depending on what you're making it out of. But as you can see, the trainers just make life a lot easier. And here, I'll just show you like with a deck I've already opened. Let's see, the gold Kingslayers V2. This deck's still pretty slippery. If I try and do the move I was just talking about, it's a little bit harder to do because this packet, haven't focused on how I want to control this packet yet. And so the cards kind of separate a little bit. So that's just another aspect that you don't have to worry about with trainers. Anyway, let's go to the outro. All right, peeps, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you did like the video, please make sure to obviously leave a like and subscribe if you're new, as I put out content every single week, and this week we're doing one every single day. Anyway, I do hope you enjoy, and I'm the Cardist. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.